What's going on, guys? Aero here, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, guys, it finally happened after so many months of all the rumors and all the leaks and all the insiders. Nintendo finally came out and revealed a brand new Nintendo Switch OLED model this morning. So after hearing about the Nintendo Switch Pro and the Super Nintendo Switch and all of these crazy names that people came up with for so long, Nintendo finally came out and did reveal the official brand new model, which is actually just called the Nintendo Switch OLED model. And there does seem to be a lot of mixed opinions about it online because, to be honest, this really wasn't what a lot of people were expecting. So I figured in this video we'd kind of just talk about it, go through all of the new information about it, all the new features and everything, and I'll kind of just give you guys my thoughts on it and some of the other stuff that was shown as well. Now real quick before we get started, I just want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, the Coldest Water. With summer approaching, the next few months are going to be hot and you're going to need some cool drinks to stay hydrated. The Coldest Water is a revolutionary new water bottle that can keep your drinks icy cold for up to 36 hours. It uses a special no-sweat technology that prevents it from getting all bubbly on the outside and is also odor resistant so that your drinks don't start smelling bad after being inside of a metal container for so long. So if you'd like to take the opportunity and switch to pretty much the only water bottle that you're ever going to need for the rest of your life, as it does come with a lifetime warranty, then definitely be sure to click the link below and use code Aero for 10% off of your order. There's even a giveaway link that you can enter to win a bottle for free, and thank you so much again to the Coldest Water for sponsoring this video. Alright, so in terms of this brand new OLED Nintendo Switch model, really the biggest brand new feature to come out of it is the bigger screen size on the system itself. The original Nintendo Switch that came out back in 2017 has a 5.5-inch screen, and this one is going to come with a 7-inch screen, but I'm pretty sure the system size is still going to remain the same. It's just going to have thinner borders now because this screen is going to be stretched out and it's going to be bigger. Now, like the name implies, this is going to be an OLED screen, which is different from the LCD screen that your Nintendo Switches have right now, and what this means is that this is going to be a special new panel that's going to be on the Nintendo Switch, where it's going to be able to make stuff look much more colorful and much more vivid and have better colors on it. Even though it's still the exact same resolution, it's still going to be a 720p screen. However, the big thing is that because of this now, it's going to have much better colors, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen OLED screens before. If you have some of the more recent phones, I think a lot of the more recent phones like the iPhone 10 and the iPhone 11 have OLED screens, but these screens really make the colors pop out much more, and especially with the color black. Usually for LCD screens you kind of see like this kind of white light in the background kind of bleeding in, but with OLED screens it kind of really just looks pitch black and really nice, so it's definitely going to make games look much more colorful on here even though it's going to be the same resolution. Then with some of the other changes that come with this new Nintendo Switch model, of course the next big thing that we've got here is there's actually going to be a better stand with this system, which is actually really nice. I know that a lot of people have been asking for a better Nintendo Switch stand because the one that we have right now, like the little kickstand thing that like pops up, it's so flimsy and it really just topples over if it isn't on like a really flat surface. So now that we're actually going to have like a really nice adjustable stand like this, you're definitely going to be able to prop up your Switch in a lot of other places. Now it also mentions that this new Nintendo Switch model is going to have better speakers, so I don't know if this is going to mean that it's going to just have like a louder volume and you're going to have a higher maximum volume, or if the actual sound quality of the speakers is going to be better. But for me, usually whenever I do play games in handheld mode, I pretty much just put some headphones into my Switch anyway, so I don't think it's going to be that important for me. But if you do have your Nintendo Switch on with the volume in handheld mode or tabletop mode, it looks like there is going to be some improvements. And then finally, it looks like that this new Nintendo Switch model is going to have a different dock, and this dock is actually going to have an Ethernet port built into it, so you can finally have wired internet connection right from the Nintendo Switch itself. You don't actually have to go out and buy an adapter. And so those are pretty much the changes and new features of this brand new Nintendo Switch model, and it is going to be releasing on October 8th, the same day as Metroid Dread, and the price for it is going to be $350. Alright, so in terms of my thoughts about this new Nintendo Switch model, if you've been keeping up with my videos about the Nintendo Switch Pro and all of the insiders and what they were talking about with this brand new Switch model, it is kind of weird though because a lot of this didn't turn out to be true with what the insiders were saying, but some of it also did turn out to be true. Like pretty much all of them were saying that we were going to be getting a 7-inch display and that it was going to be OLED with better colors, and that did turn out to be true. However, a lot of insiders were also saying that we were going to be getting a brand new dock which was going to take advantage of Nvidia's DLSS technology and have better CPU performance to be able to upscale games into 4K, and obviously that didn't turn out to be the case. Nintendo has recently confirmed that the brand new OLED Nintendo Switch model is going to have the exact same performance and components as the original Nintendo Switch that we all have right now. And so at this point, I really don't know what Nintendo is planning to do with the Nintendo Switch models. We know that they do want to make the life cycle of the Nintendo Switch longer than most of the systems that they've had in the past, and it seems like from the way that they've been talking about it, they really want to make the Nintendo Switch last till like 2024 to 2026, somewhere in between then. And if that's the case, they are going to have a upgraded system at some point with better performance. Like the system that we have right now, the Nintendo Switches that we all have right now do have an NVIDIA Tegra chip that's pretty much been outdated because it came out in 2015, so they really can't bring a 2015 chip and 2015 specs into 2025. Like, it's just not going to work. Maybe Nintendo themselves could still have some really good games that come out on it, but in terms of third-party devs wanting to port their games onto the Switch, if the Switch is still going to have like 2015 specs in 2024, 2025, a lot of third parties are just not going to go through the time of optimizing it and downgrading their games to make them work on the Switch. It's just not going to be worth it to them. And so we really have no idea what Nintendo is planning on doing. It wouldn't even surprise me if next year they actually announce a brand new Nintendo Switch model that does have better CPU and better performance, because we've had Nintendo systems released back to back like brand new systems. It isn't like completely out of the blue to have them do something like that next year and then be like, yeah, here's actually the Nintendo Switch OLED model, but now we're actually going to have better performance in there and you can upscale it to 4K. It would totally be a Nintendo thing to do because they know that they can get away with it. If you're already going to buy this system today, and if they know that they can charge a $400 system next year and get you to pay $750 in total, they're definitely going to do it. So it would be a Nintendo thing to do to actually announce this system today and then have like an actual more powerful one come out even next year or in 2023. We really have no idea what they're planning on doing. Alright, so the last few things that I want to talk to you guys about is if you should go out and buy this OLED Nintendo Switch model. And really the first thing that I can say right now is if you don't have a Nintendo Switch at all, but you've been interested in buying one, 100% go out and buy this new Nintendo Switch model. This is definitely going to be the best way to play the Nintendo Switch games. So if you've been interested in buying a Nintendo Switch for a while now, but you've been hearing these rumors of a new one coming out and you've been kind of scared, I know some people have been talking about that in my comments for some of my videos. Some people did say like, hey, I really want to get a Nintendo Switch right now. I kind of want to get it for Breath of the Wild and Smash Ultimate and games like that, but I keep seeing all these rumors about a Switch Pro and a new Switch model coming, and I'm kind of scared. I definitely would say now that with this being revealed, this is probably going to be the best way to play Nintendo Switch games, so you might as well just wait for this one and get this one when it releases in October. Now for people who already do have a Nintendo Switch, this is where it gets a little bit tricky because I can't really recommend this and say that everybody should just go out and buy it. It really kind of depends on how you play your Nintendo Switch right now. Especially if you play a lot of it in docked mode, you really don't need to get this new Nintendo Switch at all. You're not getting any better performance, it's not like the games are going to load faster or run better, so you're not really missing out on anything. But if you do play your Nintendo Switch a lot in handheld mode, then you might see a reason to get this because you are going to be getting a better screen and you're going to have an OLED display which is going to give you better colors and more vibrant visuals, so maybe that might seem a little bit appealing for you to get. Now personally for me, I'm probably going to be picking up this OLED Switch model, mainly because I still have a day one Nintendo Switch from 2017, and the battery life on that system is actually really bad. I can play Breath of the Wild for like 2 hours before it dies on me, but this new Nintendo Switch OLED model is actually going to be using the same hardware as the updated version 2 Nintendo Switch, which came out in like those red boxes back in 2019, and the battery life has actually been significantly improved in these Switches, so you can play Breath of the Wild for like 6 hours, and so if I can get triple the battery life in handheld mode, that's definitely a big plus for me. And I do play some games in handheld mode, so having a bigger screen and better colors with the OLED display is also going to be pretty nice as well. And plus with moving everything to this new Nintendo Switch, it does mean that my old Nintendo Switch from day one will be able to be used for hacking, and that does mean that I'm going to be able to install some really good mods on there, so I'm looking forward to doing that also. And finally, the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about real quick is actually not about the system itself, but within the trailer that revealed this brand new Switch model, we actually got to see some gameplay for some upcoming games. We got like 8 seconds of new Splatoon 3 gameplay, which was kind of nice. We actually got to see that brand new bow and arrow weapon in action, which was kind of cool. But also really the big thing that everybody is talking about is we actually got a little bit of new gameplay for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and it looks like that the graphics have actually been improved a very good amount from the first time that we saw it back in February. Now I'll put the screenshots of it on screen for you guys so you can see right here, but you can definitely see that the coloring and the lighting and the shading and pretty much everything has kind of been changed, and the battles actually look really nice now. So I'm actually very interested in seeing how this game is going to look, and I'm really hoping that we do get a brand new trailer for it very soon because the game actually does look very nice, and I think that if they can add some new features to it also and add some couple new things that can get some people excited, then this game is actually going to be very solid, and I'm actually looking forward to it now. And so there you go, guys. That's all the information that we have right now about this brand new OLED Nintendo Switch model. If you guys enjoyed this video, then definitely be sure to click that like button and also comment down below. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Are you guys going to be picking up this brand new Nintendo Switch model? Are you going to be passing on it? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Nintendo content in the future, so definitely be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Click on that bell to become a part of the notification squad. Go follow me on Twitter at @Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros. And Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.